I'm trying to survive out here. I have to get this into 5, otherwise that 6th day is gonna be death. We're gonna spend 3 hours in a bathroom. Day 24, Park 6. I'm leaving Peck Shelter now. I got 0.4 miles up to the AT. Spent the night with 3 older guys and 1 girl. All the older guys are already up and ready to rock. Girl's still sleeping. 1 guy named Mike, already done the AT. Doing it for a 2nd time. As everybody kept talking about the weather conditions, it did seem like a heavy rain for a shorter period overnight. Weather coming Saturday, it's supposed to be like high of 25. The night's gonna be a low of 15. It's gonna be snow, and I'm roughly still, give or take, at least 50 miles from where I need to be. And that's supposed to be broken up over the next 4 days. I'm gonna opt to push myself harder and farther so we can be in a better position to try and squeeze out this day before Sunday. Avoid the snow altogether. Coming days, there's gonna be on and off rain and moisture. And if I go through that and then I have to go through the snow, I don't know if I'd be able to bear it. I don't want to test it. In my mind, I thought I could handle it, which I probably could, but it would be very unenjoyable. Situation has changed as I finally got back up to the AT from that little entrance from the shelter hike. Felt like between the trees, there was actually a good bit of a little bit of rain coming down, so I opted to poncho up. I have a rain jacket. The rain jacket is too good. I sweat too much on the inside. So what I'm doing here is I'm wrap my sleeping bag in my rain jacket inside my pack cover, and I opted to poncho over my entire pack. Pending weather coming in the next few days, me trying to make this push today, this is a do or die situation. I think at my current speed of 2.7 miles an hour, I left, let's say, before 8, we'll call it 8 o'clock. That means by 5 o'clock, I should have a solid 20 miles. I don't know how I'll be feeling to get to that point later, but as of right now, I need to get what I was supposed to do today out of the way, and then I'm gonna have to dig deep and send myself into another place to get another 5, 6, 7 miles out of the day. I don't know what that's gonna look like. This is the Smoky Mountains for you. Light wind, slight drizzle. I'm in a fucking poncho. When the weather starts to suck and you're out here all on your own and you see yourself just fucking climbing into the wind, into the wet moisture, above the clouds, you have no option but to keep fucking pushing. A piece of advice for any southbounders: when you talk to northbound people and they say your next few days are going to be pretty easy, that means they were coming downhill. That means you have to go uphill. Do not listen to those fuckers. I can't see more than 30 yards without looking at fucking clouds and moisture. It's a nice area. It's beautiful. I don't know if this shows all this fucking moisture just fucking pounding me right now. I don't know, with all the uphill, I'm starting to sweat on the inside again. I'm in just a fucking dry fit t-shirt with a poncho on top. So Mike from Peck's Shelter last night, guy's gotta be in his 60s easy. Started asking him a few questions. He seemed to be pretty knowledgeable about the Appalachian Trail. He spent some time up in Maine after he did it his first time, talking about little hostels and how he got the juices flowing again. Now he's out here fucking going for round 2. 1,000 people completed each year. He was talking about the drop-off rate for new people who have never done this before. They probably pack too much weight. They've probably never been hiking. They see it one bad day and then they're out. They usually start to fall off somewhere in that time frame of, he said, Georgia. And I asked the group, how many days do you pack for? The majority of them are going for a 3 or 4 day without a resupply. Again, Mike now in his old age has said he's going for a solid 12 miles a day. Nice and steady. Last time he went ultra light. And then there's people like me. Granted, I'm not doing 2,000 fucking miles, but I packed up for 6 nights, 7 days worth of hiking, and now I'm going to try to cram that down into 5. As of last night, there's a second reference I've gotten from people talking about night hiking through the Smokies. No lights, just fucking pure vision. I mean, I know your eyes can adjust, but like shit like this, and you're on these fucking ridges. I had to grab onto that tree just to safely get around it. And you got these fucking crazy ups and downs. You got these roots, these rocks. I think you gotta have a lot of faith. Maybe, I don't know, because I haven't done it. I haven't seen what it's like at night. Maybe it is that clear and that easy to see shit, but there's so many tripping points and then potentially hazardous fall-offs. First night hike ever was through the Smokies, but it was on the most famous waterfall, I think is Laurel Falls, and it's literally a paved walk path. You can't get any smoother than that to not worry about your next foot. Lit up by like a full moon too, so that was a good night hike. Something like this makes me question the decision. I contemplated with the idea for a little bit, but as of right now, pending shit weather and slick conditions, night hiking is going to be a pass on this trip. Walking through the mist of the mountains and the smoke of the Smokies, if you will, I definitely do feel like I'm in a fucking Lord of the Rings right now. This is what the abyss looks like. No idea what the fuck's down there. It's all blocked out by the clouds, the smoke, the rain, the mist, whatever you want to fucking call it. In 2.5 hours, I've done 6.3 miles. I have a good pace, but it's a matter of where does my body let up. If I'm trying to get that extra 2 shelters on the day, I'm gonna have to go beyond 15 miles, 16. This is a little side trail. I'm assuming it goes over to these rocks or up or something to Charlie's Bunyan. But because it's so cloudy and misty and shit, and I've already got a fucking day on my hands, I'm not going farther. We're just gotta keep trucking along. I'm in the bathroom at Newfound Gap. I exited to get some service, make some phone calls, decisions on whether or not to continue. My pace would have had to been 15 to 20 miles on a day to get through before Saturday came around. And I thought Saturday was gonna be high 25, low 15. After a conversation with a friend, talking about possibly -2, avoiding all that together, and I'm looking to get out. I've had a few conversations with some taxis from here. They're talking $250, $300 for getting a pickup, taking me back to my car, Standing Bear Farm. It's so cold up by the actual parking area that I said, fuck it, I'm coming back down to the bathroom. So found myself a little tin can to sit on. And initially found a guy who said $100. He'd reach out, it'd probably be like 4 o'clock. That's like 3 hours from now, give or take. Continued looking, found a guy, his website, phone number, does hiker pickups and pinches and whatnot. Guy said 70 some bucks. Said awesome. Guy said he can come get me in about 50 minutes. Said awesome. He said he prefers cash. Said awesome. Give him fucking cash straight out of my fucking car. This guy deserves it. He's earned it. Found that cheaper ride from old guy named Mark. White hair, long ponytail. Had a hell of a conversation with Mark. Anywhere from national parks across the country to backcountry trips to hiking to whitewater rafting to the surrounding area, talking about moonshine stills and buying land. And Mark is a hell of a fucking guy. Charged me about $79. I told him, hey bro, you get me to my car, I got a $100 bill with your fucking name on it. So this video for Smoky Mountain National Park is gonna go with a shout out to Mark for saving my life.